Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Today we chat about Ditlhokwe. Ditlhokwe is going to be sold to a Libyan team, Al Atid or Etihad, or I forgot how to pronounce the name. And also going to be chatting about the starting lineup with all the players we will be missing from the starting lineup. Because, it's going to be a tough one. So we have to figure out what we think Nabi will do. But before we get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ditlhokwe. Anyone who follows this channel already knows that I have been voting for Ditlhokwe to stay at left back because at least we know that there's less chance that our back four will concede. So that is how good Ditlhokwe has been playing at left back. We were complaining where we would see Ditlhokwe sitting on the bench. They say no, they were keeping him for Stellenbosch. Like, we did not care about Stellenbosch. Some of us, we were like 3 points is what matters. I believe if we played Ditlhokwe against Amazulu, we would have got 3 points against Amazulu. And I don't even think Ditlhokwe was going to get a yellow card because there's not anyone who's much of a threat there. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. But yeah, now Chiefs is apparently selling this guy. He won't be in the match day squad for tomorrow against Chippa because he's going to be going to Libya to go and basically get assessed and do his medicals and sign his final deal to see if he will be joining that team. They say the price for Ditlhokwe leaving is going to cost about 15 million. And there's a lot of things I want everyone to consider. Yes, me personally, he's a player in form. I would have loved him to stay till the end of the season until we have a solution for the left back position. Because now we're going to go to the end of the season in a difficult way. It's going to be a tough journey to the end of the season. And the reason why I'm crying like this, and a lot of you will be like, why Akala Lobab? Why? It's because we were finally going in a positive direction. Sirino is healthy. Mdu Shabalala is healthy. Teto was starting to play good football. Thabo Cele is here. Lollipop is here. It felt like we're moving in a positive direction. But now, all of a second Sunday, we've just been hit by incidents where we are losing players. So, what do I mean by this? I mean that Ditlhokwe, him not being there, is going to affect us going forward. Because now the thing that's going to happen is that the only other left back that Nabi at least trusts is Cross. And we don't like Cross. Ditlhokwe is playing for a specific reason. Ditlhokwe isn't even a left back. But Ditlhokwe has been playing in the past few games because Cross has failed. So now we have to bring someone who has failed back into the starting lineup. Because why? We know Nabi doesn't trust Mashiani. We know Nabi doesn't trust Bongani Sam. Bongani Sam, if I remember correctly, Chiefs even tried to loan now in the transfer window, but apparently the deal fell through, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what I remember. But anyway, that is the negative. The positive is this. Nabi, when he came into Chiefs, he already was not looking like Ditlhokwe is his player. Now he's only using Ditlhokwe because the left back experiment of Cross has failed, and he's decided that, you know what, I'm just going to keep Ditlhokwe there, but I don't even prefer Ditlhokwe playing at a centre back. Because this is why. Ditlhokwe is holding a very important spot. He's holding a foreign spot. So unless he can be nationalized, which he has reached his 5th year, unless he can be nationalized and get a South African passport, Nabi wants another player there. And that other player that Nabi wants at left back is seemingly going to be a foreign player. And that foreign player is probably only going to come at the end of the season because the Basadin train, it seems like Chiefs is moving past it. Chiefs is no longer going to push for this Basadin thing. We saw in the Jan transfer window, it looked like they didn't even go and knock on Steely's door to even ask about Basadin because they saw what happened the last time. So now it's probably going to be this Hussein guy that they're going to try get, Mohammed Hussein from Simba. but that deal is going to require money. So those are the things they're going to do. So my thing is that, look, for the player, it's going to be a good money, bigger package, etc. Good for the player, good for the Botswana national team. For Chiefs, it you will have to look at it in the long term. In the short term, we're crying as fans because Ditlhokwe has been playing so well. But in the long term, he would most likely not even be playing in the long term. Because in the long term, Nabi is going to get that left back that he wants to play, and Ditlhokwe will return to the bench. The other thing I want you guys to know is there's a young Kaizer Chiefs player who is playing for TS Galaxy now. He plays as a left center back. He is 20 years old. That boy was a Chiefs player last season in the DDC. Then Chiefs sold him to TS Galaxy. But he has a buyback clause, meaning that Chiefs can buy that player back from TS Galaxy. So if this player has a buyback clause, chances are Chiefs will say we don't need Ditlhokwe because we already know we're going to sign another centre back who is left-footed, but he's South African, so it won't affect the foreign spot. So that's something I'm thinking about as well. But anyway, let's get into the starting lineup. It's going to be difficult. So a lot of us, when we're discussing the left back and right back, this Ditlhokwe situation has kind of thrown the team a bit off because now we can't even start. You know, Ditlhokwe was always the first left back in my mind. Now I don't know. Now it's probably going to be Cross. So let me predict the starting lineup. It's probably going to be Cross, Dudley, Miguel. Right back. Right back will probably be Frosler. Frosler will play at right back. Centre mid. Matt has a suspension. Mtetwa is injured. So the centre mid position is probably going to be held by number 1. We know Thabo Cele will definitely be there. But the number 6 who's going to play is probably going to be who? Jabulo Blom. We're probably going to see Jabulo Blom back as a 6. He's going to be a 6 alone, and he's probably going to be paired with Thabo Cele. So it's probably going to be Blom, a midfield of Blom and Thabo Cele. And then we're probably going to see Serino on the left. We're probably going to see Lollipop on the right. And then Du Shabalala as 10. And then Morris as the striker. The reason why I say this is that I feel like Du will most likely get a start. And when he starts, I think he's going to play as a 10. If Du doesn't play, then it's most likely going to be Serino as 10 and then Modi again on the left, because Modi has been performing well. So we don't know if Nabi still wants to give this Modi job or Modi chance a go. It's going to be interesting. And now that it sounds like Matlo may be back, then that's another thing that's going to be interesting. How does Matlo fit into the whole situation? If I'm not mistaken, I think he's going to be available, but maybe I misread the injury list that they mentioned. But that's what I think is going to happen. And you know what? It's going to be interesting to see how the team plays, but I'm just worried now about the defense, especially with Cross now being back, because the combination of Cross and Frosler is the reason why we've been having our bad run at some point in our season. That combination of left back and right back has been bad. Unless the Nabi and them be strict with Frost and Crossler to say, don't go up, don't join the attack. Don't join the attack. We don't have Matt, we don't have Mtetwa. So we don't have that cover to cover you guys, because these guys know their role. When we play Blom there, Blom is an unknown entity, because he hasn't become the player we know we can trust to cover a lot of spaces, because he's been struggling with his fitness and how to last long in games. So you don't know what kind of Blom you're going to get on the day. So let's just hope that Nabi just tries and finds a way to just tell the left back and right back to just stay a bit and let the attackers do the job. But anyway, it's going to be an interesting game against Chippa United. I am glad that Titi's gonna go. I think he served us well, especially now, ever since in this season more especially. I think he served us well. I think even last season I don't even recall him too much playing, because I think at some point he did have an injury, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, other than that, it's gonna be good money. But the reality of it is, those of you who are excited that Chiefs now has 15 million to use to go buy a player, don't get ahead of yourself. Chiefs is not the kind of team that when they get money, they just go and spend the money. They don't. Chiefs, you will find that now they are looking for a cheap left back who's going to cost them 2 million now. Now that's what they're looking for. A cheap left back, so that they know they don't have to pay a lot of money. But anyway, let's see how that goes. Amakhosi for life. We're ready for this game. Chippa United is definitely beatable. They're going to be overexcited for Chiefs. We know every team is. But at FNB Stadium, I think we can beat Chippa. Amakhosi.